What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm very excited to bring you guys another favorites video. I try my absolute best to get these up every 2 months or so. I just have so many videos that I want to get that sometimes I'm just not able to get these up as frequently as I would love to, but I really try to get these up at least every 2 months. And so what I try to do in these videos is to mainly focus on beauty favorites. Some makeup may be light just because I am testing out a lot of makeup, or I'm really heavily focusing on my project pans. So if I'm at one of those extremes in a month, I typically don't have all that many beauty or makeup favorites, but I do really try to highlight kind of non-makeup favorites such as skincare, fragrance, candles, stuff like that otherwise you guys may just never know about. And I try to really highlight products that I don't talk about a lot, or that you just know are really big favorites. At the end, if I feel like it, I do tend to go through my Goodreads, and I do tend to give you guys some book recommendations that I really loved since the last time. I don't know if I'm going to do that this time. I'm feeling a little froggy today. But if I don't get to that today, I will definitely go ahead and take the time and maybe do like a YouTube short or something. I've been trying to kind of get an idea of like what would be a really good short, and maybe that would be something better, because I don't know how much you guys really care to know about my book interests. And I know I told you guys to subscribe to my other channel for my book recommendations, but I just haven't had it in me energy wise to record for 2 different channels and edit for 2 different channels and all that jazz. So long intro aside, if you are interested in hearing about my more recent favorites, let's get into it. Now, I did kind of film this look. I will hopefully have some like B-roll on the screen, either big wise or in the bottom corner. So just, if you typically don't actually look up my videos, I would suggest looking on the screen if you want to see the B-roll of these particular products, because I did film it while I was creating this look. And I will try to go from like the base up so that you guys can really see them in order of me applying them. So of course the first favorite that I had to recommend is this sponge tool thing. I know unfortunately it is currently out of stock on About Face's website, and this is not available on Ulta's website, but what I will do is I will once again link it down below. And once it becomes available, I promise you guys I will make a community post, because funny enough, I finally looked at like my affiliated code like information, and a lot of people clicked on this link. So I want to make sure to provide that information for you all. But I must say, I've really been enjoying this tool. I find it is so useful for pretty much putting on my full base, cream products, my actual foundation, my powder. I even show you guys a clip where I'm actually using this to push in the spray from my terrible setting spray, and I just find that this product just works beautifully. I have yet to try it as like reapplying powder on my base once my oils come through. I will try to remember to do that one day that I have off and I actually put makeup on and like a long period of time, because I would love to see what this does and if it actually does work kind of as a full-on round tool, in the sense to replace like the beauty blender blotting tool, whatever. I just thought this would be really cool as a one tool to do for everything, and so I definitely want to go ahead and give that a try. I just have not had a day where I have thought to do it and also had makeup on long enough that it would actually work. It does take a little while for my oils to really project off of my skin and out of my base, if that makes any sense. Okay, next, and I did, in case you were wondering, use my Project Pan foundation in that B-roll in the event that you're wondering, and everything else, if it's Project Pan, it will all be linked down below for you all, everything that I show. Okay, so next I also wanted to really highlight the cream bronzer that I showcased in that B-roll. I have been really enjoying this cream bronzer. This is from ABH and it is in the shade Hazelnut. I love the depth of this color, but I also really enjoy the undertone. This is just a really interesting undertone. I don't think I have another bronzer in my collection, which is something to note, okay? I have a huge bronzer collection for somebody of my complexion, and this bronzer just has like a slight yellow undertone to it, which sounds quite weird, but I just enjoy it. I am just genuinely enjoying it. I am genuinely enjoying the formula, and as you can see, I have a nice dent going on in this. So I am really enjoying this. Yes, I still have a different cream bronzer in my project pan, and I am trying my hardest to like really focus on that, but I must say I'm just really enjoying reaching for this, and because this can fit in my top drawer, I can just kind of reach for it, and it's closer to me than my Fenty bronzer. So sometimes I actually just kind of reach for that first. Out of all of the powder bronzers that I've been testing out lately, I will say one of my favorites thus far is actually my Haus Labs Deep Level 11. This is just a really nice formulation. I really like the formula. I find that it has that nice kind of cream to powder-ish feel to it, that once you apply to your skin, it looks like second skin. It looks like I only put on a cream product, in my opinion. It does not look like I put on a flat matte powder, and I really appreciate that. I love that now I have, of course, flat matte powders. I also have nice shimmery kind of satiny toned bronzers, and then I have this. So very happy about that. Cannot wait at all to get more use out of this product. Does it have the perfect undertone for me? No, but I still enjoy it, and combining it with the ABH as I did today is still definitely a win for me in my book. Okay, next I think I went ahead and did my eyes, and I will say that I am really enjoying the combination of the About Face eyeshadow primer and the About Face cream shadows. I just think that this combination is brilliant. I still have yet to have the time to really test out this primer with the Haus Lab cream eyeshadows, but I just have a feeling even this primer can't do those things justice. I don't think it's gonna happen. But either way, these are definitely a combination that I've been enjoying. I only have 2 shades of this right now. I know that she has on her website a more neutral or kind of natural tones in this formula. I want them. I want at least the one that would more so work for my complexion. Whether I would use it as an actual eyeshadow primer or as like a one and done eye tone look, I don't really know, but I think I'm gonna wait when I go ahead and repurchase at least one more of these for me. Then I will go ahead and look into the extended ranges for this. And you always know a product is a favorite or something that you're really enjoying when you look into getting more from the range. So I had to highlight both of these products, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I also, in this tutorial, for the first time, actually applied powder products on top, and I think they applied fabulously. So for me at this point, these eyeshadows are just brilliant, and I would recommend them in case you like them as a primer or not. The only way I have not tried these cream shadows is literally by themselves and not having a eyeshadow base under, but for me as an oily skin eyelid, I don't think that would be smart to ever wear something like this without a primer under, because if I'm going to try to wear it long term, my oils are going to really break through that cream shadow. So I think this is going to be the routine for me regardless, but I will go ahead and test out those cream shadows just by themselves in the event that you guys are interested, or you guys don't have oily eyelids and you don't particularly like to wear an eyeshadow base under your cream eyeshadows. I also have just been enjoying some of my very basic, very drugstore friendly eye accessory products. So I actually thought I was going to try and put this on the Maybelline Sky High, but there's literally no product. I have been trying my hardest to get as much use as I can. There was no more product, so I actually didn't use this today. Today I actually used my Merit Beauty, but I don't like that one nearly as much as this one. So I did just still want to highlight this particular eye mascara, and I do believe I have a backup waiting for me over there, and I cannot wait to open it, but I am going to go ahead and finish up the Merit Beauty one first. I also wanted to really highlight my 2 Epic liners from NYX. I've been getting quite a bit of use out of both of these. I predominantly use the black, but I do use the brown here and there, typically on kind of my non-YouTube days or on dates that I just don't want to put such a harsh line. I did use a brown liner, I do believe, in my video yesterday for my most recent must-have mascag, so I will have that hopefully linked down below. Another formula that I've just like routinely been reaching for, just almost every day pretty much, are these two, and this is from LA Girl. This is their Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner eyeliners. So I have them in 2 shades. Well, I actually have them in a couple of shades, but the 2 that I keep in my top drawer are the Ultimate Black and the Super Bright. These are 2 that I definitely use a lot. These are pretty much my go-to. If you see a tone like this in my waterline or my tight line, it's these products. I don't always remember to actually list it down below, but I definitely love these. And I did just want to highlight these because these are my favorite pencil eyeliners to date. So in the event that you're like me and you have inhospitable waterlines, I would suggest trying at least one of these. And once again, these are pretty cheap. They're drugstore price, and you can get these from Ulta, so you can always put that in the cart with the NYX Epic Liner in the event that you want to try them for the first time and at least get some money off. Always recommend finding a coupon one way or another. The last thing that is actually on my eyes today is my Sephora brand and Lily Lashes Miami lashes. I love this style of lashes, and I figured out through the grapevine that these are not like a particular style for this collaboration, and they do have another collaboration that is on sale as well that is Miami, so I do intend to pick them up. I just haven't done it. I haven't made a Sephora order in quite some time actually, but that's not a bad thing. Either way though, I definitely want to pick up quite a few of these particular style of lashes. I've just really enjoyed them. I do cut off quite a bit, but I just really like the style. I like the wispiness of them. I just like it. I like it a lot. And I like the lack of reflection that comes off of them. Because I predominantly wear lashes for YouTube, I would prefer for the lashes not to like reflect the lights that I have on me, whether it's natural lighting or artificial lighting. And I find that so far, these are the only lashes that I've tried brand wise and of course style wise that have not reflected that lash. And I don't like that look. It may be like weird critique, but it is a critique that I have. So regardless, I will definitely be picking up some more. This is my second pair of this particular like boxing of the style, but I'll definitely be picking up more. I just need to click purchase. So I showcased only one of these 2 lip products that I'm highlighting today, and it is the Huda Beauty shade in Gold Digger. I low-key kind of forgot about this shade a little bit, and then I remembered about it, and I've been using it ever since. I will say I'm disappointed. The actual bullet somehow broke. I don't know how it broke because I don't actually open up my bullets but so much, but it's bent and busted, and of course because this area is a little bit warm, my bullet looks a little sweaty. Okay, but it's okay. I'm really enjoying this shade. I'm really enjoying the formula. It is of course, like I said, what's on my lips today, and I would highly recommend that formula if you like a glossy kind of look but you don't necessarily like a liquid lipstick kind of compact. And with that, I also want to highlight the Unearthly Cosmetics liquid lipstick ranges. So they have 2 different ranges. I don't find a huge difference between the 2 ranges personally, but then again, I'm not actually confident that I've tried both ranges. Either way, the one that I pulled is Jeanette. I really like this shade. It is like a brownie shade with a yellow undertone. You guys know I love that type of tone when it comes to my lip products, and I love this formula. It's a nice easy application. I really enjoyed the doe foot. The doe foot is weirdly long, but it's a nice soft doe foot, so you don't feel like you're like hurting your lips or it's scratching your lips either. And once you apply it, it takes a little while to dry down, not more than like a minute or 2, but once it has, it feels like nothing is on your lips. So I really enjoy this formulation, and I would definitely highly recommend. I do not have a code, but there is plenty of codes out there for people who do have codes with them. Now, I did highlight two particular eyeshadow palettes in this tutorial today, and I will just say a blanket kind of, I enjoy all of my Project Pan my Project Pan eyeshadows, but those are two Project Pan eyeshadows that I've been enjoying more so lately, which of course is the Marvelous Moss palette from Dose of Colors, and then the Harajuku palette from Nomad Cosmetics. Both of these palettes I am close to hitting pan in the shade that I am focusing on, and I'm very, very excited about that. I would love to hit pan in some more products. So that's pretty much all of the eyeshadow and the makeup that I pulled. Of course, there are other eyeshadow palettes that I am enjoying or have enjoyed since the last time I did a video. I am really, really enjoying my Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin palette. I'm really enjoying my Patrick Ta Major Dimension Volume 1 eyeshadow palette. All of those palettes that I more so recently just did a roundup. I am very much reviewing them and still enjoying them. I just didn't want to overcrowd this with those same things that I've really already talked about. I really just kind of wanted to talk about some of those nuanced products that I haven't talked about. So let's hit skincare, because I don't have much since skincare to talk about. First one I want to talk about is the Good Molecules Rose Water Daily Cleansing Gel. I've really been enjoying this. I think I've had this for about 3 months or so, and I am down there. I'm really getting a lot of use out of this. I really enjoy this, not only for like the morning cleanse if I have the urge to do that, which is not often to be quite honest, but I really enjoy this as a second cleanse. It suds up nicely, and it doesn't make my skin feel stripped. I feel like there's left some moisture to my skin after using this, so I would highly recommend this. Once again, this is not overly expensive. This is quite affordable. Good Molecule as a brand is pretty much on the same level as The Ordinary, so if you can afford The Ordinary, I think you would definitely be able to afford Good Molecules, and they are available on Beautylish and Ulta, so you can definitely get them on sale one way or another. And yeah, I'm just really, really excited. This is also something that I picked up for my mom because I am trying to get her on a skincare routine, because this just, she looks good for her age, but I need her to get that skincare together, okay? And then the other skincare product that I pulled out of my bathroom is actually another Good Molecules product. And this is their BHA Clarifying Gel Cream. I am surprised with how little product is actually left. I have been rolling through this, Now, I haven't been using this very often, or not very often. I haven't been using this for a very long time. I don't know the date or kind of the month that I started using this, but it can't be more than 2 months. So that does tell you kind of how much product is really in this particular item. But that said, I've been enjoying this item. I don't know if this has helped to keep my acne at bay. I do tend to break out quite often, even at my age. But I think it's been doing well, which is quite surprising for me, because previously I found that salicylic acid did not do much, but that is the main kind of active acid in this product. So super, super happy that this is doing well. And once again, really affordable. I will be picking up another one of these, and that's leading me to think that I really do need to make another Ulta order. I didn't want to, but I really think there are quite a few necessities that I need to pick up. So we'll get on that, because I also need like an actual brown lip liner. I don't have any brown lip liners that are darker than my complexion. I am currently using, when I need a brown lip liner though, the Dominique Cosmetics one in the shade Nudie. It's nice, but it's not really dark, so I would love to get a darker one. Okay, keeping it going, now we are into fragrance. I'm gonna start off with candles because I only have 2, and then we'll run into the actual perfumes, and I also have a soap, so I'll talk about that one as well. Actually, let's do the soap first. So the soap that I want to highlight is actually from Bath and Body Works. During one of their like sales, during like the main what was it, semi-annual sale. I picked this up because it was like something ridiculously priced that was nice. And this is the Island Papaya Gentle Gel Hand Soap with natural essential oils. Now I picked this up instead of the line from the foaming, because I feel like for me the foaming line actually dries out my hands. So I wanted to try this, and this is actually quite nice. Now, is this overly moisturizing? No, I definitely need to put a hand cream in my bathroom so I can moisturize my hands after I've washed them, but I am slowly trying to kind of get my life when it comes to that and really just take care of my body in general. But overall though, this is a really nice scent, and I really enjoy this. I have used this now, like I said, since the semi-annual sale, and I am only down to here. So definitely I wash my hands. I wash my hands quite a bit, but I am the only person that uses the bathroom. So it's only me. So this definitely lasts if you are, you know, only person using your bathroom or that location or whatever. The soaps actually last, and they're nice. They're very nice. So for candles, the first one I want to talk about is actually the Pink Petal Tea Cake one. Now, if you follow Lauren May Beauty, you would know that she always raves about this one. She, I think, has already gone through 2 or something like that, and she was raving for people to really get their nose on this. I decided to pick it up regardless of the scent, and I'm really happy that I did. I will say it does smell nice in just like sniffing the actual candle, but when you light it, it lights up the room. It lights it up so nice. And outside of my room is actually a stairwell, and it flows into that stairwell quite nicely actually. So I really like this one. I've gotten through a decent amount, not a lot, but a decent amount. I would consider picking up another one of these. I don't know if this particular one is limited edition. I'm not that nuanced into Bath and Body Works to really know that type of stuff, but as I showed you guys in my first shop with me video, that Bath and Body Works had so many that I don't really feel an urge to run to get another one, but I do think it would be nice to have a backup because that was such a nice scent. Very nice scent. Also over here, let me actually get her. So I accidentally am turning it off. Yep, I just turned all 3 of them off with the oil. Okay, cool. So this is the Caramel Cream Soda candle, and this is the only one from the Boardwalk collection that I actually was interested in. If you saw that shot with me, you would know that this one's nice. It is nice. I do think it smells good. I don't think this had to come home with me though. Now that I'm lighting it and comparing it actually to this one, the sillage and like the projection of this candle is nothing compared to this one. Now granted, this one is sweeter than this one, so if you don't like something that's overly sweet, I would not say look into this one. I would say look more into this one. But these are the only 2 that I've lit so far since that video, since buying all of these candles. This will probably be the last night that I light this one. I like to kind of rotate now that I have so many candles. And so yeah, now I've kind of turned this one off. I'll still put her back though, who knows. It's cute little ambiance. And while we're on the subject of Bath and Body Works, I just realized I also picked up 2 of their antibacterial hand sprays. And you know, this isn't necessary, but it was cute. I was excited. I was in the moment, right? And I think it was like $2 or something. So I was like, why not? Why not pick her up? It's nice. The scent does not last very long, which I appreciate, but I also kind of appreciate that small little burst of scent. So depending on how you feel, it's nice. The sprayer is beautiful, so I definitely can see myself kind of reusing the actual packaging for something else. So yeah, and I keep these both in my makeup area, so I try to clean my hands before I do my makeup, even if it's just me, just because, you know, hygiene is good. So all we have left is fragrances. I do have some Bath and Body Works mist, but I do kind of want to start off with the one travel sample or travel spray that I've really gotten so much use out of in this last little bit. So this is the spray. It is the Narcisco Rodriguez for her Eau de Toilette. So I picked up the trio and I enjoy all 3, but for whatever reason I just gravitated towards this one. And because I have gotten all the way down to here, and I've only been using this particular spray for like maybe a couple of months. I think I'm going to pick up the full size. I've been really trying to slow down on my purchasing of fragrances. I felt like for a little while I was just buying fragrances left and right, left and right, left and right. And you know, it adds up. Fragrance is not a cheap category of beauty to really be invested in and to get into. And so I was starting to kind of slow her down with maybe picking up these samples or these travel sizes so I could really get a good impression on the scent. Now this currently lives in my purse, so any day that I feel I need to top up a scent because your girl is smelling a little funky, or because I forgot my perfume before I left the house, I do go ahead and wear this, and I'm just having so much fun with it. I think it is an easy kind of no fuss no muss scent. I don't think it's overpowering. Maybe in that first initial spray, and maybe after the first 30 minutes or during those first 30 minutes, it could be strong for anybody else, but definitely after that it goes back to being kind of normal every day. So I definitely would highly recommend you getting your nose on that. I don't know if that brand is sold in store at Sephora, but I did pick this trio up at Sephora, and like I said, I will do my absolute best to link all of these items down below for you all so that you guys can find it, and as always, if you shop through my links, I would always appreciate it. So the next scent, I had to talk about her. Okay, this is from the Aqua Allegoria line from Guerlain, and this is the Orange Soleil scent. So I picked this up when it was just shy of $100, which is a good deal, is a very, very good deal for this range. This smells like a sophisticated orange creamsicle, and I say sophisticated because I have another creamsicle scent in here that's not as sophisticated. This definitely feels nice and watery, but you definitely get that orangey note in it. I don't find that this lasts very long, but I don't feel as though this is meant to last very long. I think this is a very easy kind of hot temperature climate scent. So if you live in a hot climate, or if you live in a climate that gets very humid, I would definitely say check this one out. I feel like you could probably smell this at a Nordstrom or something like that, but I hate going to malls. I detest it, so I had to just pick her up and hope for the best, and I'm very glad I picked her up. It's a very, very nice scent. So since I said I had a kind of dupe-ish situation, we're just going to go ahead and go into that one, and this is from Bath and Body Works, and this is Strawberry Vanilla Twist. Now this one definitely has a lot more vanilla. It does not smell nearly as aquatic, and it definitely smells a lot more sweet, but this definitely is very reminiscent of a creamsicle. So whereas this one is just a straight up pure creamsicle, this one is like a watered down version. So you definitely have to take your pick, and of course huge drastic price difference there, even when this isn't on sale. Huge price difference, but I love them both for different reasons. Of course, I will wear this during the day, I will wear this to bed, I will wear this when I get home and I want to kind of smell a little bit better for a couple more hours. This is really, really nice. It doesn't look like I've made a dent, but I've made a dent for me in these sprays, and so yeah, I'm very, very happy to have picked this one up. Another kind of more day scent that I picked up is actually the new seasonal scent for Bath and Body Works, and this is the Blueberry Sugar Pancake scent. So this really caught me off guard. I was not expecting to got a huge whiff, sorry. So I was not expecting to enjoy this because it smells like blueberries, but this is blueberries, fresh pancakes, and caramel cream drizzle. I really think it's that caramel cream that really has me intrigued. It truly does smell like blueberry pancakes, which is really weird because I didn't even get that in the initial spraying. It just smelled nice and clean to me, but I really do like this a lot, and I would tell you guys to get your nose on this one, as well as truly been enjoying the two scents that they brought back from previous years. So the first one is the Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte. Really pretty scent. I think I'll get more use out of this more closer to the fall, but I did want to just go ahead and pick this up, and because it's not very close to fall, once again, that's why I felt comfortable picking this smaller size up, because if I make a huge dent into it by the time the next semi sale comes out, these will be older scents, so then I'll pick up a full size, you know. And then the other one was that cinnamon apple and honey. This one, if I had to choose between this and the pumpkin, of course I would choose this. But that, once again, is because I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin. I do enjoy it in its moments, but this smells delicious. It really smells like apples and honey. It smells so, so good. I really do enjoy it. You know what? My scent has kind of lowered. Let's do this one. Really, really excited and happy to have this. Yeah, really, really happy. I have two more perfume mists to talk about, and then I have two more fragrances to talk about. So these are two that I reach for bed. If you follow me on Instagram, if you watch my stories, you've seen these time and time again. So first one I want to talk about is, of course, from Bath and Body Works, and this is the Cozy Evening. So this, I think, is a really good night scent, but I think even better than a night scent purely, it would be a really good lounging around the house scent, right? So this does have lavender. It has lavender blooms, fresh freesia, and a cozy musk. And I'm very surprised that I'm able to stand this because of that freesia. And to my knowledge, freesia is more of a white floral, and I'm not a huge fan of white florals, but I feel like more and more of these scents that I'm picking up actually do have those. Either way though, I feel like predominantly you really get that lavender, and that musk is really nice too. It's not overly parent musk though. I really only smell that lavender and the freesia. I think this is a really nice kind of cozying up scent, like maybe like a Netflix and chill type scent. Really, really nice. I do enjoy using this for going to bed, although if I had to choose between this and the next one, I would definitely choose the next one. And this is the White Tea and Sage. I don't know what it is about this. I don't know if it's because this really puts me in the idea of being at a spa, but I'm telling you guys, this is the scent for me. So this is sparkling bergamot, white tea, and fresh sage. This just smells so, so nice. So inviting, so calming. And I have been using this for the past week, and it has calmed me down so much that I have not had as much difficulty going to bed. And that is saying something. I don't know if it's this, I don't know if it's like the little workout routine that I've been doing before I go to bed, but at this point I feel like it is my routine, and I refuse to go outside of it because I have such a bad difficulty going to sleep. And sometime right now, where I haven't been able to work out the way I am used to in the more recent months, it has just been so much of a relief, honestly, to find something, even if something as stupid as putting on a fragrance and doing a little small workout routine that is very, very low impact and very low cardio. If that helps me, it has been very, very nice. So yeah, highly recommend this one. If you are somebody like me that needs something to really shut them down at night, that has truly, truly helped me. And then I feel like I talked about this in my last favorites, but I feel I cannot do justice to myself. Once again, this is my favorite, if not only, layering combination that I really stick to. And what I do is I put this one down first, and this is the Nomad Absolute de Parfum from Chloe. So I put this down, and this is a nice, deep, rich, sweet, fruity scent. I definitely got a lot of use out of this during the fall. This is predominantly the season that I use this in exclusively, but during this like spring summer season, I find that this is just a deeper version of this. So what I will do is I will top this off, and this is the Nectarine and Blossom and Honey cologne from Joe Malone, and this combination has just been lethal for me. I am almost halfway through the Chloe Nomad, and as for the Joe Malone, I pretty much hit the same dent that I hit last year with the English pear scent. So it's quite interesting. I feel like every summer, spring season, there seems to be a different Joe Malone that I kind of really highlight. I am really enjoying this one though. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily get through it this season, but Oh, just very, very nice. I will caution you though, one of my friends that I got hooked on from work, she ended up picking up a full size and she didn't enjoy it. She thought that it had a little bit too much of a soapy aspect to it. So as always, I recommend that you definitely just take the time to smell it, test it out on your body to make sure that it is something that you enjoy. Okay, last, I am feeling lack of energy right now, so I'm not going to talk too much about books. I'm not going to even open up my Goodreads. We are just going to go off of memory. So there's one graphic novel that I distinctly remember reading from N.K. Jemisin, and it was Far Spectre. So I read a lot of graphic novels, but I believe that's actually my first N.K. Jemisin that I have read. And this was fantastic. I mean, spectacular. It has like a superhero aspect, but there is definitely that sci-fi element that I feel like N.K. Jemisin is really known for. And I loved the kind of questions that she seemed to make me think while reading this graphic novel. Highly recommended. Of course, I checked it out from my local library. You can do that. I'm sure it's available on other platforms as well, but I really would suggest you read it. There was also a male romance series that I read more recently. I'll put it on the screen, and it is pretty much the Top Gun. Pretty much if Goose and Top Gun, if they actually dated and fell in love, it's this series. So I loved this series. I ran through this series. I could not get enough of this series. Also, another graphic novel series that I can think of off the top of my head is Fence. So this is a YA series where you follow this like all boy school and their fencing club, and I think it's really, really interesting. I've never fenced before. I've never really thought about the idea of that being a true sport, but I was just fascinated. I was really fascinated, and I think I've read now 3 or 4 different volumes already. So I would highly recommend you at least giving this a shot and seeing if it's interesting. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I recommended some books in my shop with me, so I would definitely highly recommend you guys look into that. Oh gosh, I pulled out my phone, but I don't have enough energy, so we're not gonna be here too long. But I think that's it book wise. I don't have too many other book series that I really want to highlight. Did I highlight Solo Leveling last time? That's another graphic novel, although it's more of a manga than a graphic novel. So that's it. I'm sure this was a god-awful long favorites, as they always tend to be when it comes to me. I'm sorry I didn't highlight too many eyeshadow palettes, but like I said, I'm going to link down below my latest rankings. Really go by those. I love those palettes as I rank them, and I just kind of wanted to highlight some of those kind of non-highlighted products that I don't really talk about a lot. So that's all I got for you guys today. Your girl needs to lay down, get some food in her, get some energy up so I can edit this video and get it up tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be on Wednesday. Alrighty guys, bye.